Hey there friends, I'm Andrew from the Scrapbox. When Fantastic Four came out, I made a video talking about some fantastic future projects that I wanted to make. In particular, Big Galactus and the Fantasticar. While apparently everybody and their uncle has made Big Galactus, nobody has successfully made the Fantasticar. In the last video, I made a terrible Mark 1, but that's how Mark 1s are supposed to be. So let's see if we can make the best Fantasticar out there. Out of Lego, of course. Let's get to it. Part 1. What makes the Fantasticar fantastic? Big one first, it flies. In nearly every iteration of the Fantasticar in film and comics, they fly. But this Fantasticar is special because it also drives. When it's time to hit the skies, its wheels go up inside the body. This Fantasticar has a sleek 1950s aesthetic, it has thin, smooth, curved frames, and the passengers sit incredibly low, making the whole frame aerodynamic, and the top parts allowing people in and out. Lastly, it seats 4. Now, as fantastic as the Fantasticar is, some of its defining details make it incredibly hard to make out of Lego. Part 2. What makes the Fantasticar hard to make out of Lego? Take everything in part 1, that's it. From the wheels going into the body, to the smooth frame, or the diamond arrangement of seating, that's gonna make it really hard to make. So if we're gonna build one, we've gotta ask ourselves one of the most important questions when we build Lego cars. Which scale is the best scale? Part 3, Lego car scales, which is best? Lego's made a lot of cars in a lot of different scales, and asking which is best is the best way to start a fight with someone. Each scale has their own advantages, so the real question is, which is the most accurate scale? Generally, Lego is accepted to be 1/48 scale. This means each stud would be about 15.1 inches. In the US, the average 4-door is roughly 6 feet wide, taking in roughly 5 studs of space. Add 1 extra stud to accommodate for minifigures' wider frames, and you land in the 6-stud zone. That's not opinion, that's math. The reason we often bump it up to 8 is it's very difficult for 2 minifigures to sit side by side with only 6 studs. We're gonna try to shoot for the 6-stud scale and adjust accordingly. Now, in the engineering design process, we get to learn from our past mistakes. Remember, you can never be perfect, but you can always get better. So let's take a look at my terrible Mark 1 and see just exactly how we can improve. Part 4, Mistakes of the Past. Taking a look at Mark 1, we can see that the seating is very incorrect. The windshield is inaccurate and frankly an afterthought. The body is bulky, primarily due to the fact that when the wheels went in, the front frame needed to pivot. Turning the headlights required them to be extra chunky, which destroys the front visage of the car, and with the gears below, everything looks clunky instead of sleek. And the worst part is, after watching the movie, this is not how the wheels go in. There are some pros though. It passes the play test, which means putting force on the car and handling it roughly doesn't cause the whole thing to fall apart.
Foolproof and durable.
And I was able to keep the wheels from falling in on their own with this simple stopper, which holds against the frame when weight is on the car, and presses the other way so the wheels don't fold in too far when in hover mode. That one piece took so much time to figure out. Plus, I really like the play feature of being able to turn the headlights and have the wheels go in. I just think that was neat. With all of our parameters and improvements set in our minds, we can finally work on Fantasticar Mark 2. Let's get to it. Part 5, Building It Better. Starting with the seats, we've already got our first issue.
Get it?
The seating arrangement is deranged at best. I've got a base and 4 seats here, and at first you'd think, stack the seats like this. But 2 seats next to each other don't actually work for minifigures, as their shoulders bump. They require at least 1 stud between them. Jumper plates to make that possible would raise the height, and every single plate matters when you need your figures sitting as low as possible. Problem 2 comes from the chairs themselves. You can place 2 chairs in front of each other, but minifigures can't sit with a chair in front of them.
Can you move your seat up? No.
So our chairs have to be completely offset, making our vehicle already 6 studs wide, and we don't even have sides on yet. Technically, you could put the seating arrangement like this, but it does put tension on the arm.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I think it was my arm. Is it bad? Is it bad? I don't want to look.
So let's replace the bottom with a slimmer one and add some brackets to help us make the side panels, while only adding half a plate to each side. Have you spotted the error? I'll give you a hint. As their shoulders bump. That's right, it turns out this minifigure doesn't just have a right arm for bumping, but a left one as well.
Morning, Lefty.
Which means if we put the brackets right here, the side panels are gonna hit the arm. The solution? Blind luck. If we consider every cow as a sphere and the curve of the siding of the car, we can use these 1x4 curves as our panels. Attached to the bracket, we would have one plate worth of empty space in our siding at the exact height needed to rest in the chair. That is millimeter level of clearance, and even though this was not planned, I will be taking full credit, thank you.
This is a load of barnacles.
I heard that.
Our passengers now have seats, which means we could address the most difficult feature, the wheels. The wheels must be able to remain in both down and up positions, and LEGO's biggest issue is size. It's very possible to make mechanisms that move wheels up and down, but they're very large mechanisms, especially when you consider the physics of trying to hold up a car. There are ways around that, like using this worm gear, which can't be pivoted with weight force alone, but this is big, and our car is small. Since all of the mechanisms needed to rotate our tires for us are way too large for the vehicle, we're gonna have to switch to manual.
Switching to manual control.
The wheels will definitely pivot, you'll just have to use your finger for it. While in hover mode, the wheels have to be completely covered by the sides and can't peek out the bottom. Since our wheels are 3 studs in diameter, we're gonna need the 4 studs for the sides, and build a hood on top. Luckily, this matches the paneling of the passenger area. I wanted to pause the whole flow of the video to tell you something very, very important. This Fantasticar is more of a model and less of a 4+ juniors bang it against the wall type vehicle. Why am I stopping to say something so very obvious? It's because I used to laugh at the absurd negative reviews on recipes like this one because I thought, that's insane. There's no way there's real people out there like that. And then I made this creature. And in my video, I specifically said, hey, that's not physically possible. But here's the best we can do, and the knees are extremely fragile, so make sure to use the strongest plates you can. Get them brand new if possible. And yet, somehow, on the instructions, I received a review like this. Somehow, these 2 brain cells figured out how to write, but not comprehend basic instructions. So, I'm telling you guys right now, the wheels are fine. They can drive, they can hold the car up, it handles its own weight fine. If you press down on it, they're gonna pop inside. Which honestly, now that I'm talking about it, I should have just phrased the whole thing as a feature. Press down on the car to pop it into hover mode. You know, that's it. It's a feature now. Alright, I just wanted to pause the whole video because the amount of I have no brain but I must scream comments I get is ridiculous. With our wheels taken care of, we've now got 3 segments that will make the car. And we have to face the final challenge, making it structurally sound. Most LEGO cars have one plate securing the whole bottom. I call it the spine. We obviously can't have that because the wheels pivot, and so our spine is shifted. The front has a secure point up top, the middle is at the bottom, and the back is at the top again. We can make some changes and add some connectors, but the whole car still splits rather easily. Good thing, this is a 3D world, and instead of just the top and bottom, we can also use the sides to secure the car.
You're not going anywhere.
And now, with a little magic and a snap of my fingers, we can make it beautiful and blue.
Blue.
Not bad, not bad. The only thing we need now is the windshield. In the film, the top consists of 2 panels that slide forward and backward for entry. I'm going to be using this windshield, rotated sideways, so I could build the blue divider in the middle with a bar plate. and that will attach with claws to another set of bars in the passenger zone. Now we can have the windshield down, or, so we're gonna do this with one hand. Uh-oh. Take the whole thing, slide it forward, and rest right along those studs. Then it took me an embarrassing amount of time to realize that the sleekest transition would just be flat panels, which connect to the back with droid arms. Both of these have no problem opening and closing, and definitely look the part of the movie version. With our final look, we can get some final scores. Does it fly? I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. The fact that I actually got the wheels to go up is phenomenal, but it does lose points because, one, sometimes when pulling the wheels out, I accidentally pop the wheels off the hinge. The back wheel isn't fully hidden while up. It's got the mandatory feature of wheels popping into hover mode if you press down too hard.
Feature. It's not a bug.
And last, -1 point because it doesn't really fly.
That wasn't flying!
Form is 8 out of 10. This is as sleek as you can get with Lego pieces. There are no pieces that would make a perfect transition between these two sections, so I can't knock off points for it. The top still looks aerodynamic, and it doesn't jut out too far. I will knock off points for this little gap back here, as well as the obvious studs on the hood, but those are the side brackets, so there's no way to really shave them off. Extra functions, 10 out of 10. It seats all four in the strange diamond formation. Everybody fits, even if it is an extremely close call, and the top has its sliding feature. No notes, excellent. However, in general extra notes, I'd love to replace all of the gray with silver pieces in the future, and this car ended up being an awkward scale between 6 and 8 studs, but leans more on the 6 studded side of things, which is good. Maybe we'll call it a 7 stud car. Total score, 24 out of 30, a solid B. And there you have it, the most fantastic Fantasticar. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, but I personally think this is the best, most compact Fantasticar that you are going to get that is size accurate and still has all of the features. Since there are no custom figures this week and no decals or 3D models, I am going to make instructions for the Fantasticar and put them for a limited time for Patreon members. Thank you so much to all my Patreon members. It is the best way to support the channel. This is the reason why I can do all the weird stuff that I do, but if you're not a Patreon member, it will also be available on Rebrickable, I think. You did it, you survived till the end. As always, I've been Andrew, you've been watching the Scrapbox. Do all the YouTube things. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. The like button too. Look, it's ready for you. And most importantly, have yourself a fantastic day. All right, bye.